Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you a quick sort of a video discussion, video predictions regarding Season 3 of The Strain. Of course, Season 2 just ended this past Sunday, which I thought it was a very, very good finale. I really enjoyed the episode. And, spoilers, of course, I put spoilers in the title, but, some people just ignore that part and then they complain about spoilers in the comments. So spoilers past this point. So we did see a very huge character death in the finale, of course, Nora, and that's mostly what people are buzzing about, and for a good reason, because I haven't read the books, but now I know that Nora actually, doesn't really die in the books, apparently. So when, she's killed off in the show, of course, it's going to come as a pretty big shock to everyone who watches it, And as I said in my review video, my review of the finale, it is a surprise, and, I sort of get people being a little bit upset at first if they, love the books or something, because she's such a key character later on and stuff like that. But really, though, overall, I think it's not a bad idea. It was a well-done death, the way she ended up, putting herself down in front of F, the way they handled that, the way they shot it, I thought was really sad and well done. And I think if they kill off characters that don't necessarily die in the books, or characters that don't die that early, if they change, the points of when they die, or if they change if they die at all or not, that can make it a lot more unpredictable for all viewers instead of just people who haven't read the books. So it's sort of like The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones in that regard, where they're starting to change things more and more. Still keeping the general story, the general ideas of each character and stuff like that, but sort of making it their own, which I think is a good idea because it's just going to make it harder to call for everyone who views it. So really, I think it was a decent idea, And now someone commented in my last video, my finale review. Let me see if I can get his name real quick. Alright, yeah, KJA4157. He brought up the idea that they could, have Dutch take over the role that Nora played and ended up playing in the books. And he also brings up the idea of a potential love triangle between Dutch, Fett, and F. Now, I'm not so sure about a love triangle with Dutch, Fett, and F. But I definitely support the idea of, Dutch sort of taking on a bigger role, because of Nora's absence. Because we're going to need to have some sort of, female lead to sort of replace Nora. Maybe not replace Nora, but sort of, take up a bigger role because she's gone. So I could see Dutch doing that, because you guys know I really like Dutch. I find her to be really likable, and despite how good I think Mia Maestro did in the role of Nora, how good her performance was, I did find Dutch to be a more interesting character than Nora. I do find Dutch to be a more interesting character than Nora. So I won't be opposed to them expanding on Dutch's character and sort of making her more and more key and more integral to the plot and to the rest of the series going forward. So I won't be opposed to that. And again, a love triangle with Fett, F, and Dutch. I don't know. It seems like Dutch and F have the potential to get along. They had some more scenes together in Season 2, and it seemed like they could, kind of become friends and stuff like that. So maybe, but I don't know. We'll have to see. It could go either way. I'm not going to go crazy if it does one thing or the other. But I think we'll see Fett get Dutch back eventually, though, at least at the beginning, either way. Let me let my cat out. Sorry about that, guys. And as far as the rest of the story goes, I know what's basically going to be happening, or what's going to be attempted to, it's going to be attempted anyway, is, of course, with Zach going off with, his mother at the end. But if only the kid would just, sorry about that, by the way. If only the kid would just realize that that's not his mother anymore, that his actual mother would advise him not to walk off with her at that point. But that's not the case. He walked off with her, and now some people say, or based on the books anyway, that the Master is going to be grooming him to have his body taken over eventually, and or he's going to be turned, or turned, then eventually have his body taken over and stuff. I think I could see that happening, and a lot of people didn't really like Max Charles in the role of the innocent Zack anyway. He came off a little bit like arrogant, sort of annoying and stuff like that. So it won't be the biggest stretch for him to become this like evil, demented little kid or something like that if necessary. But we'll see where that goes. It could really go either way again, because just because something's true in the books, they could kind of change it for the show. I don't know. We'll see. But I do like the Master's current design though in Bolivar's body. I think he looks creepy, creepier than he did in the larger man's body that he had before. Except he had a certain presence when he was in that larger body too that it sort of lacks now. But overall, I still like it. I think we'll see Quinlan, Fett, and Satrakian sort of like working closer and closer together, because of their common goal. And now it's pretty clear to Satrakian and Fett that they're not really aligned with the Ancients, Quinlan and Gus anyway. So I think we'll see that kind of grow in Season 3. As far as where F's going to go, I think he might still try to get his bioweapon going, but I think he'll be dealing with the loss of Nora throughout Season 3, no question about it. Because of the tragedy of not being able to completely make things up to her before she died and stuff like that. He's just going to carry more and more guilt with him than he already had. So that's going to weigh with him probably for the rest of the series, really. But it'll be interesting to see his development, how he keeps on changing without her and stuff like that. I love Ephraim, by the way. I think he's a great lead on the show. Definitely my favorite character. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with him. And of course I can't predict like new plot lines that could come up or something like that. But yeah, so of course I don't really know anything for sure. You guys can leave your own ideas below and tell me what you thought of the Season 2 finale and where you think it's going to be going. With them making changes like that from the books and stuff like that. But overall, I think Season 2 is a very good season. I'm not sure if it was better than Season 1. Certain points I preferred more than others, stuff like that. But I did think it was a very good season. It's definitely one of my favorite shows on air, along with things like Penny Dreadful, the originals, Vampire Diaries, and The Walking Dead, and stuff like that. I think it's just a great show, and I see people complaining about it, but really I think it's fantastic and quite above what those people are saying. I know it does have a pretty decent following, and I'm hoping it does get a full run. I think they're only going to want to go about 5 seasons, is what they said before, which I think would be fine. I think they can get the another 2 seasons after Season 3 anyway. Really looking forward to Season 3. It's going to be a long wait. I really just feel like getting into it now. But, at least it's happening. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video. Once again, leave your comments below where you think Season 3 is going to go and the rest of the series going forward. Add me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Movie Pilot, and look for me on SpoiledDead.com. Catch you guys next time, and peace.